Gary, clearly a disappointing night. Can you sum up your emotions on that one?
Yeah, like you said, very disappointing. I think after the weekend's game, the way that we finished the game, the elation with the late goal, I hope that we could probably take that sort of energy into tonight's game. And we didn't start particularly fantastically, although we should probably be 1-0 up. Greg gets a great chance from a set piece where it looks, or a ball in the box where it looks as though he gets his head on it. I think it actually hits him in the face and goes about a yard wide from a yard out, which you expect us to be 1-0 up. So, and then I think tonight, really, the nature of the goals that we conceded were really poor. I think you can't give a team like Stoke a 2-0 lead at half time. They're in a good run of form. They're obviously in a good position in the league. They've been performing really, really well, and you can't give them a leg up, can you? So, and then we tried to change it second half, and then we conceded after 2 minutes. So it was more or less game over at that point. And just didn't have the same energy tonight. Didn't have the same quality on the ball, the same energy off the ball. I don't quite know why, but it was certainly a poor evening for us.
How do you pick the boys up after this, going into a big game away to West Brom on Saturday? I'm sure there's bits you'll want to learn from, but is it also one you just need to forget about and park and move on?
Yeah, I think if anyone in the dressing room will feel, I'm pretty sure, that we haven't performed anywhere near where we need to perform. So first and foremost, I think that obviously we'll come back in ready to go. We'll prepare and plan as diligently as we always will do for Saturday's game. What we need to do then is we need to back that up with a performance, and we need to step up. We pretty much have done most of the times, and the players have responded most of the time. For some reason tonight, like I said, it just didn't feel like we quite had that same level of energy, same level of competitiveness about us. It was a bit of a lacklustre evening. So let's hope we put it right at the weekend.
You can sense that in the stadium. Supporters are right behind the team until the end of the game as well. And from your perspective, you will just be hoping that this is one blip in a run which has been some good performances.
Yeah, they've been brilliant. I've said that all the way along. For a year now nearly. They've been fantastic. With how many supporters would still be behind you? 3-0 down. There's not that many. And I would say that our lot have kept going. What we've got to do is we've got to give them a little bit more something to cheer about, and that's the disappointment tonight. Really, we've got to start the game and put a performance in that lifts the crowd. Sometimes on a Tuesday night, that's what you sometimes have to do, and we never really seem to get going today, and that was disappointing.
Cam, a disappointing performance today. Could you just talk us through it?
Just said there then, nowhere near good enough tonight. Sorry. We addressed it then after the game. We did address it at half time, and we come out and concede another sloppy goal, and we just wasn't us tonight. And that's the frustrating part. You come off two good results in a win and a draw, and you should have the momentum to at least match what they had tonight. And I just felt like we didn't, and that's the disappointing thing tonight.
And it's been a very busy period with a few inconsistencies. Looking how up and down it's been. Can you put that down to anything, or is that just how it's gone?
That's us as players. We need to be better because, like I said, we addressed it in there. We need to find a bit of consistency because we can't just amble in games and just think we're going to win. We're nowhere near good enough for that. So we need to be miles better. And again, we've addressed it in there, and we can only rectify it Saturday now.
Yeah, and we see in the Championship, there's always going to be these games where we're a bit sloppy, start off, on the weak foot. But I guess going forward, how do we claw back into these games? Yeah,
you're going to play against good teams. That's the Championship. Anyone can beat anyone, but it's the simple things about winning second balls and being aggressive in certain areas. And I just felt like we wasn't tonight. We were second best to everything, and it wasn't us. And again, we will address it, look at what we could have done better, and again, we can rectify that Saturday.
Thank you very much.